You might think we're heading off into conspiracy theory land here. I don't have my tinfoil hat, but it's not a conspiracy theory when you look up in the sky and you constantly see what people call contrails, right? They say those are just contrails. You know, the stuff, the white stuff coming off of airplanes. Some contrails just immediately disappear as the plane goes by, and other contrails, like, they stay around for hours, they expand, and then they create an entire haze over the area. And so either those are just contrails that are sticking around, or it's some sort of cloud seeding project or whatever. But the fact is that Idaho does have a cloud seeding program. And Senator Tammy Nichols actually was on that committee at the time that I think approved or re-upped or whatever a cloud seeding program in Idaho. And cloud seeding basically is to say, hey, we want to go up there and do some cloud seeding and create clouds so that we could get some snow or some rain in particular areas of the state. So it's a technology that's out there. It's on our statute. It does happen, cloud seeding. And Senator Tammy Nichols was in a committee today asking, since so many people are concerned about what they see up in the skies, she wants to provide them with some transparency about what exactly is going on above us. So here she is in committee.
Bill does is this: we have a cloud seeding program, and right now there are no clear rules for reporting cloud seeding activities in Idaho. This bill changes that by requiring cloud seeding operators, both state-run and private, to submit monthly and annual reports. These reports will include details like where the seeding took place, what materials were used, and how it affected the environment. The Idaho Water Resource Board will publish the annual reports on its website and present them in public meetings so that everyone can see what's happening with cloud seeding. This promotes transparency and accountability with the public. Like I said, currently there's no system in place to really track it, and so we want to make sure that we're ensuring that things are monitored and that the public understands what's going on. With new reporting requirements, people will have a clearer picture of where and how cloud seeding is happening, helping to build trust and ensure it's being done safely. In short, this bill makes cloud seeding operation more transparent by requiring regular reports on how it's going to be done. We worked with our agency partners on this language for this legislation, and you will see that most of that is on page 2, where we put in definitions and added the new section stating what the requirements will be. And with that, I will stand for any questions, but ask that you go ahead and print RS 32229C1.
Okay. Senator Lent.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair, for a question.
Senator Lent.
Senator Nichols, a couple questions. One is, you mentioned your partners. You used a word here that basically inferred that you're working with other folks on this. First of all, could you list who you are working with on this legislation?
Senator Nichols.
Madam Vice Chair and Senator Lent. Yes, we worked with the Idaho Water Resource Board on this language, since they're the ones that oversee the cloud seeding program.
Thank you. Follow up.
Senator Lent.
Senator Nichols, for me, a couple of things happened, just so you'll know. I'll vote to print it, but I have a couple of concerns. It comes from a position of mistrust, and also it adds a layer of government here that I'm not sure we really need. We haven't had it in the past, and it's almost like we're out to prove that it is not effective or provide some kind of control. So I will be supporting this motion. But when you come back, please have strong evidence that we're doing the right thing for the right reason here.
Okay, let's pause this. Let's pause it here because there's another question that comes up that I want y'all to hear and listen to the answer to. I think that was a bizarre thing to kind of go down here. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. Throw it in the comments. All she wants is transparency. She wants there to be some reporting rules because there isn't now. Because there are so many people that are looking up in the sky and going, what is that? What is going on? Am I in this area or not? And so And so for Senator Lent there to kind of push back and say, whoa, it sounds like you're going on a fishing expedition and looking for, you want to, like you want to attack this and like, why don't we just like trust the science, right? Like trust the science. Like let's gather the data, let's publish it for the public to see, and just so that we can be informed about what our government dollars are paying for. I mean, it's so simple. It's so simple. Okay, let's keep watching this.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you, Senator
And
Lent,
also,
for that.
real quick, you can pause it again. The cameras. Okay, the cameras. We're going to talk about this. This stuff is being run by Idaho Public Television. What is this? I mean, come on. This is the dollars that we're doing. This is what we're doing. I mean, I know we don't have the most perfect show, right? And there's glitches every now and again, but you should see the operation that we run and how we deliver this program to you, right? And they can't get a camera to work. I mean, come on, man. This is ridiculous. All right, keep going.
Thank you. Senator Blaylock.
Madam Vice Chair, for a question.
Senator Blaylock.
We've been doing cloud seeding for decades within the states. Why are we asking them to do so much of this reporting and putting so much regulation on them now?
Senator Nichols.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair and Senator Blaylock. We have been doing some forms of cloud seeding. It's been in the last few years. I actually sat on the Agriculture Committee on the House side when we actually did put it into code. So that was a few years ago. We are seeing bans going on cloud seeding all over the United States right now, and we don't want to lose that because we are giving tax dollars to this entity to perform that. We want to make sure that the public understands where that money is being spent and that there's complete transparency. We just heard the other day when we had the presentation on the quagga mussels on how much reporting they do to make sure that they have that public trust and build that. So we want to do the same thing with this so that we don't have the public not trusting us on what we're doing and how we're using those tax dollars.
Yeah, and again, very good, Senator. The bill, I believe the bill got printed, so this was just a print hearing with those questions there. But it was Senator Blaylock there saying like, why do we want to impose all this reporting on them? And then she said we're imposing regulations. I don't think that those were regulations. We weren't saying we're going to now regulate what they're doing with the cloud seeding program. We're simply saying, can you just give us a report of what you're doing up there? When you're doing it, how you're doing it. I mean, this is basic, simple stuff here. I don't think it costs anything to just issue out a report at the end of the day of what you were doing. That's it. It's simple, right? So I don't know. Simple bill, man. Transparency makes sense. Makes sense to me. You know, we're talking about things that are happening in the sky, and they turn into clouds, and then they fall to the ground. You know, I mean, you guys, you're out there doing your own research on this subject. You know, we're just trying to get you the information that's out there. So the bill got printed, and and if you want to support the bill, we'll as soon as we get the number, we'll add them to our ticker down here. We'll just add all the bill numbers. That way you know exactly where to go if you want to take on that issue.